Don't forget to record it too.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we are going to do a product review for a box. This is a Star City Games. It is a Star City Games 1,000 count assorted Magic cards gold box. This is a, what's the best way to put it? An unadulterated, unedited version of a review for a Star City Games product. What we're gonna do with this review, this stream, is basically figure out if this is worth buying a new Magic the Gathering card player, or a person who has not yet played tabletop, as well as somebody who already has a Magic the Gathering card collection. I've been playing Magic the Gathering since '95. Didn't really know how to play in '95, but tournament level in '97. Back in '95 when we played, we just shuffled like one big pile together with a 6 strength, and it was a whole lot of fun. Needless to say, later on down the road, I'm going to do Magic the Gathering on stream with Freaking Farrell. She's here with me. She's actually off camera. She's going to be doing the card scanning for me to see the card value. We just want to answer the question, is it worth buying this product? So, what is the product exactly? That is the first question. So, the product that we're looking at is Star City Games 1,000 Assorted Magic the Gathering Cards Gold Collection. If you purchase it from Amazon, it costs $22.30. If you pay over $25 for whatever product you're ordering, you get it free without Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, it does come free shipping. It is 2-day shipping on the product, so it is pretty fast. I can't really rate the shipping because, of course, it came in 2 days. Which, if I were going to rate that on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd say, 5 stars. But, Amazon Prime, it's typically 2 days unless there's an issue with whether or not. What comes in the box? It's 1,000 common, uncommon, rare, and even foil Magic the Gathering cards. It's supposed to contain 950 common and uncommon cards. Combination of either or both. It comes with 25 rares plus an additional 25 rare foil or promotional cards. That's what's supposed to come in the box. We're going to see if that's what actually comes in the box, and we're going to take a look at some other factors in the box. Cards are packed in a high quality, exclusive 2-row cardboard box, especially for Star City Gaming collections. Perfect way to protect your collection. I'm probably going to take it out and put it in a 4-section box, but we'll see. Cards included may range from revised through the most current set. Perfect for new and returning players. The Star City Gaming Gold Collection is a great way to start or add to a collection. Skill level beginner. So this is a beginner box of cards for somebody who hasn't necessarily gotten into tabletop, or somebody who's returning to the game. Let's say, as an example, like myself, played back in '95, '97, lost a lot of cards in Hurricane Katrina, sold some cards, wanted to get some more. If I decide to buy this product, is it worth it for me as a returning Magic player, intermediate Magic player, professional Magic player? Probably not so much on the professional level, but beginner, we'll see. That's what we're going to take a look at. If you go to Star City Games page, they have the listing. It's pretty much the same as the Amazon listing. They say there will be no duplications of the same card within the rare, foil rare, or foil common, uncommon rarities. So there are foils that may be common, uncommon in that foil, according to this, between rare foil or promotional cards. But maybe we'll get like uncommon foils in this. So we'll have to see how that factors into it. It's listed at $19.99 on Star City Game Gold Collection, $22.30 on Amazon. But the trick here is, or the advantage of buying it on Amazon, when I went into the shipping for my area, it's $15.69 shipping if you order it from Star City Games. So what that means is you actually pay $35.68 total if you want to order it from Star City Games versus the $23.30 for it from Amazon. So Amazon is cheaper than if you bought it directly from Star City. Now, if you bought a repack booster box from eBay, as an example, it would be about that price, depending on which repack booster box you bought. Do you get 1,000 cards in a repack booster box? No, not necessarily. It's 36 times, let me actually calculate that real quick, make sure that I'm close to accurate on that. It's 36 packs times 15 cards per pack, if you count like the promo lane, 540 cards. So you get a little more than half of what is in this for the same price if you got a repack booster box. The difference is you're getting 36 rares or a couple mythics, depending on how the listings are for eBay. So we're looking at this as having twice as many cards, more playable cards, for a brand new player coming into Magic together and wanting to do table. Some of my viewers are arena players, and there's one particular person, Alex the Gamer, who wants to get into tabletop, play with his friends, play over Discord, whatever. Something like this may be a good value for him, and that's one of the questions that we're going to try to answer with this video and stream today. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this open. Ish. And one of the other questions you're probably asking yourself is, why are these other packs of cards sitting? Okay, so one of the promotions that I'm doing for February is, if anybody subs or gives subs, they can pick one of these packs. The only ones that I don't have are Kelvin, but I have all the other ones that are normally in Arena, but they're actually physical packs. They can pick one of the packs, they can guess the rare or mythic in the pack, and if they actually guess it correctly, then they will win that rare. I don't have it. Can you hop in there? Your phone? And go figure. I had opened up the HTML stuff. Go to you're a mod to time out the person. Actually, I don't know if it. Actually, they banned it. They deleted it. So I had opened up HTML for a couple of people that actually wanted to send me decks and things. I don't like spending it, so don't spend it. Just have one. All right, so these are here for the promotion that I'm running in February. Anybody who subs or gives subs, they can pick a pack. They can guess the rare or mythic. The only one that I don't have right now is Calvin. I will be ordering a Calvin box a little bit later. And if they guess the rare or mythic, I will send them the rare or mythic out of it. A little thank you for supporting them if they guess the mythic. This pack here is a replacement product. I had talked about it on a couple other streams that I had about replacing the products if you have damaged products from Magic the Gathering or Wizards of the Coast products to purchase. You purchase packs that are still typically within standard, depending on how much they have, quantity, and whatever, and the date that they manufacture them. Oh, hey Alex, how's it going? Whenever you request product replacement, you can send them an email, you can ship them the old card back. I did one of the cards that I had, it was damaged, just to see how long it would take during COVID, and that's, no, you didn't miss anything. I'm just going over what we're actually doing for the stream. The product replacement card is in here, and I'll be opening it up to take a look at it to show you what happens if you actually get a damaged card, you request the replacement, mail it back, and they send you a replacement for the product. The envelope is a little bent on the other side. It has the stamp and everything on the other side. I'm going to show it on camera. But I'm going to make sure that it's not damaged in there. Typically, they wrap it pretty good. But we'll look at that a little bit later. So what we're doing is we're opening up the Star City Games pack. And I'm actually going to say this again for Alex because he wouldn't hear this in the first part of it. The product listing on Amazon is $22.30. It's free shipping if you have Amazon Prime. Or if you buy stuff over $25, they ship it free. If you get it from Star City Games, it's supposed to be $19.99, but they actually charge for shipping, so it's actually $35, $35.68. If you buy a repack booster box, it's like 540 cards, versus this one is 1,000 assorted cards. So you get a little bit more, almost twice as much, if you order it from Star City Games. Getting into tabletop, we're going to answer the question of, is it worth it to buy this particular product? So we're going to go ahead and get into the box. And it looks like some of them are packed in a sleeve. Penny sleeve. These look like rares. There's a foil rare. There's a couple rares. There's another foil and another foil rare. So there's 5 rares right there, packaged separately. The box held up pretty well. It's kind of dinged up. Amazon, when they shipped it, they wrapped it in a bag. And I was worried with the corners being damaged, if it would cause any damage to the card. But as you can see, this is pretty thick all the way around here. And none of the cards look damaged at all. We're going to take a look and see if any of these are lightly played, net, near net, so on and so forth. I'm going to kind of juggle this to get this cards out. So inside here, we have, oh look, more red cups. So we got foil rare, 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 foil rare, rare, and a bunch of cards. Now, typically with repacks or products like this that are bulk product, you're not going to get any outrageously expensive cards. It's going to divide it. But we'll see what some of the value is on these. I'm going to go ahead and pass over the rares that came in the pack of the envelope over to Frecky to scan. And then I'm going to kind of sort these other cards out. Hey, Christmas, how's it going? Oh, yeah, this is really neat. I got it from Amazon. I think it was maybe like 15, maybe 20 bucks at the most. They're not bad. Coming. So we got a foil Meddler, we got a Norian paper, some of them may not scan. You know how to put it in manually if they don't.
Kind of.
Coming, incoming, coming, 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 coming. Storm Giant. That's an older one. Wow. Coming, 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 coming. Coming. We're also going to take a look at a couple other. Oh, we are doing well, Christmas. Thank you so much. We're going to take a look at a couple other factors here. The first question that we want to answer is, do you want to buy it? Is it a good product to buy? The next question is it a good value for a new player? Somebody who's getting into tabletop Magic, who has not played tabletop, maybe played Arena before, or maybe not put Magic together at all. There's not supposed to be any land in this. So if you're looking for a box with land, and I noticed a lot of the Amazon reviews said there's no land, and they complain about it. Most of the time when you order stuff like this, you don't want land. Typically, you can get land for free at a gathering card shop, or you can buy land packs on Amazon, or if you buy a what they call a bundle now, it comes with enough land to build that. So this is mainly for somebody who's already got land. The other thing is, does it have a good play value? Are these cards playable? A lot of these are really neat, and a lot of these are playable. Standard, maybe not so much, but I love older cards. I love building commander decks. I love building modern decks. I love building historic decks. Some of these are actually historic cards. Oh, thank you, Christmas. We're also going to look at, besides the play value, does it match the product listing? It seems to be that it does have a lot of cards in there. I do want to take a look at how many rares they actually give us versus how many commons and uncommons they actually give us, because it's supposed to be 25 and 25. Uncommon. We also want to look at the amount of duplication for the commons and uncommons that are in the set. So you get a lot of duplication. We also want to look at the quality of the cards. All of these cards are mint. I have not noticed one card that's played, lightly played. Like, all of these cards look like pack fresh. Like, I'm not even kidding. They're mint condition. When you see them under the scanner, when Frankie scans them, you'll see that, yes, indeed, you'll see that they are mint condition. We also want to look at the variety of cards and sets, and this is a huge variety. You probably can't see it real clearly from this view, but you will be able to see on the scanner. Like, I've got a Stone Giant, and it looks like it's from 5th edition. Like, it is, and I got a Homelands, a Havana Constable. Like, these are, it's a good variety. M11, M11. And then we'll want to take a look at the total value. Rune of Hidden Realm, there were 2 of them. So one of the cards that we got, Commander Anthology Rune of the Hidden Realm, is a $3.27 rate. One of the other ones that Frankie scanned, Comet Storm, which was from a Commander set, that's a Mythic, is $1.01. I've never got cards quite that value. I think one repack booster box I got off of eBay had a couple cards that were like $1, but I don't think I've ever got any that are, what, 3? There's 2 of them?
No, only one.
Oh, okay. Could you delete one of those? It says 2 times.
I don't know how to do that.
You click it? and then it'll pop up, and then you do.
I see.
Common, uncommon, uncommon, common. Uncommon. Is that rare? That's a rare too, right?
No, that's uncommon.
It's kind of hard to see in this light. Kind of glary. Wow. Yeah, the variety is insane. Couple duplicates right there. Whoa. Visions. Paladin Champion. Wizard. Yeah, the variety is crazy. Like if you're wanting a good variety of cards from older sets, I could definitely say right now, yeah, I would recommend this. A lot of these I probably have already. There's one, I can't tell if that's Chinese or Japanese. That's a foreign card. I like foreign card books. A lot of people don't, but I do like foreign cards. And especially like Japanese cards and the Japanese. Couple duplicates. I mean, just kind of thumbing through this, the duplication does not look insane.
As long as it's not more than 4, it's
right. We ordered a box, I think, from like Troll and Toad, and we got like what was it, like 20 per day, or something like that. It was like insane. Oh wow, alliances. That's another side. That's common. And the majority of these are going to be common. But, I mean, this is a good uncommon pop. That's more than I expected. Common.
As long as the rares match with the listing set, I'll be pretty happy with it.
Right, and that's what I'm looking for because they only gave that little bitty pack. And it's not very many in there. So, oh, this one's signed. I got a Matt Stewart signed card.
Neat.
That's kind of cool.
Well, in the little pack, the 2 non-foils are mythics, and all 3 of the foils are rares. So,
yeah.
I think that's why they were separate.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. It's supposed to be 25 foil and 25 ish. And then like a total of 50. According to the listing. And some of these that are older sets may actually be rares. But they don't have the older sets that were before 7th edition. I'm not sure. I'm sure 7th. No, I think before 7th edition. I know definitely 5th edition and before. They didn't have the color, so you couldn't tell the difference between rare and mythic. And there wasn't really mythic. It was like rare one, common, uncommon one.
Yeah, mythic is a fairly recent thing.
Mythic is a fairly recent thing, or should I say recent within the last 10, 15 years. And the older sets, they only had the symbol, so you couldn't tell like black, silver, gold. What is it, like orange for mythic? What would you call that?
Orange.
But 7th edition appears to have like black 7, but I don't know if they actually did the gold. I think that's probably when they started it. Because that's when they started making rules changes. This one is damaged. Wow. Scan that one, show it under there. Show it real close.
Oh, yeah.
Show it like really close to the camera. And like tilt, yeah. It looks like somebody like scratched it through like, I don't know. That one's pretty damaged. But it's a common, no big deal. I mean, you're going to get 1 or 2 big. 9 cents. Common. Yeah, and that's probably worth 0 cents. Common, uncommon. I mean, you can still play it in Deck Protector or whatever, but if you're not playing with Deck Protectors, cards will get damaged to that point anyway. But I would count that, what would you say, heavily played, lightly played?
Heavy.
Heavy played or damaged.
Yeah. Yeah, with those scratches, definitely. If it was just the nicks on the sides.
Yeah, if it's just the nicks on the side, it would be lightly played, but with the scratches down it, that's damaged. But of course, we're doing an unadulterated review. We bought this ourselves. Star City Games did not send this to us. And even if they did send me one, I would give you a 100% honest review. If you're seeing this live exactly as I'm looking at it. Nothing hidden. Nothing fabricated or made to look like it's something. And I think this is actually the first product that we've ever bought from Star City, right? We bought some Troll and Toad stuff.
Yeah, I think this is the first from Star City.
And I bought a bunch of retail booster boxes from private people on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ones I got was really cool because it was 3 times the value. I paid maybe $20 for a couple of them. One was in a foreign and one was not. And one of them was like $90 worth of cards. I was actually shocked.
That was a very good buy.
Yeah, it was pretty much a box that they opened and they decided, oh, I didn't want this. And maybe they were getting rid of their collection. And none of the cards were actually over like $3-4. You know, you would expect a brand new box to have at least 1 or 2 cards that are like over $5 as far as rare or mythic. But I would say that one that I got, it was nearly like untouched. Like they just opened it and changed their mind and sold it for, you know, $20. And I got one real good one. This one's a little lightly played. Slightly.
Yeah, it's got some nicks at the bottom. They'd be kind of hard to even see on camera, but just a little bit.
I mean, I might be cleaning that up with like alcohol. It's kind of nicked and sticky.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of YouTube videos a while back. Cards, but I might do that also. Oh wow, Ivory Cup, 8th edition.
Well, especially the white border cards, they can get a little gunky around the edges.
Way back when we played without Deck Protectors and stuff, the white border cards, the one with the white edges, would get like spots on, like dust, dirt, like finger grease. And it would get spots. Like this one, you can actually tell this Ivory Cup that's uncommon. I'll pass that to you. That is like pack fresh.
That's gorgeous.
It has no marks on it.
That's beautiful.
You scan that and put it in a separate file for uncommon if you like. Wow. I like the way these are kind of off-printed. Some of the Magic cards, depending on what set it was, it's like the ink is like double line. They are actual legitimate Magic cards. None of these are fake. I can feel them and tell if it's a counterfeit. Like this one feels funny. This one feels really funny, but it's real. One of the other ways that you can tell that they're real, and I'll have Frecky put it under the camera, show the back of the card close up where the dot is. There's a secret dot in the corner at the top left that is an actual misprint when they started printing Magic cards. The little dot, there's a circle, and then right to the left of it is that little dot. When you look at that under a magnifying glass, you can see how it's printed with the swirls and everything. A fake Magic card typically won't have the dot print error. There's a couple other things that are hidden in cards where you can tell if they're counterfeit or not. And that's one of the things that you notice right off the bat. If it doesn't have that solid black or a solid brown there, you can tell that the card is a counterfeit. And depending on which set it is, some of them feel a little more waxy. Some of them don't feel as waxy, but it depends on what set they are. And if you've handled Magic cards over a long period of time, you can kind of tell a fake one right off the bat because they're a little more rigid. They feel like hard plastic versus other cards that are not. Or they'll feel like super glossy, or they'll be printed to such a high quality that like the lettering and everything looks really off. And of course, if you ever get cards that you suspect are counterfeit, or you do a trade, yeah, 7th edition is when they started doing it. If you ever get cards that you suspect are counterfeit, or you're doing a trade for somebody for something, for money or whatever, you can always go to a card shop, and the people at the card shop will be more than happy to help you and tell you whether the card is real or not. Typically, they'll know right off the bat which one it is. I've got a few proxies that I have ordered that are pretty good quality, but I've never actually ran across any real counterfeit, except I think we got one from what? What did we get one from? Was it a Troll and Toad order?
I do believe it was Troll and Toad.
And I think it was just slipped in there because they had like 1,000 cards. Like,
yeah, it was a huge repack.
It was a huge repack box. We ended up getting like 400 or 500 more cards than we were supposed to get, and like one of the cards was like fake, and it was like
it was no big deal.
It was some silly fake. It wasn't even like, and I got a couple from Troll and Toad where they had like lands, and they were written on like Black Lotus on the plains or the forest or something. But it's really no big deal because they typically give you a larger quantity over and above and beyond what they're supposed to give you. I've heard horror stories where people buy this stuff. There's a couple horror stories that I've heard. Was they took collector's edition, which had gold border, Black Lotuses, and they printed over them and made it look like a beta. And people had ordered them supposedly, allegedly, from Channel Fireball. And I guess they sent them to Alpha Investments to check to see, and he verified that they were indeed fake and they were indeed collector edition ones, which are almost to the point of value for like a real one now. So I don't know, maybe they accidentally overlooked it, or maybe somebody was trying to pawn it off and say they got it from there. It's hard to say. But I think the collector's edition is even worth like $4,000 or $5,000. Don't quote me on that because I haven't looked at the price. Mostly common, mostly common. I'm surprised at the variety there. Like, on variety alone, like, I'm amazed at the variety. Okay, so these are uncommon. These are a couple more rare. Scan those two names and put them in the one. Some of these out. Oh, 42 cents. That's not bad for rare. Like I said, you can stack magic cards pretty high. Should you? lot of playable stuff. Shocked at the playable stuff. That one is slightly damaged, but it's older. I would say lightly played. Show that up in the camera.
Yeah, the edges are just a little worn.
Lightly played.
Yeah, not too bad though. Oh. 44-cent common.
44-cent common. I mean, for lightly played, it's probably a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That's still not bad. Stone Giant. Edition. Okay. Uncommon. Huge one. So, there's a rare. There's a rare. There's a rare. There's a rare. 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 Rare, 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 wow. Foil, 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 wow. I would say yes. I didn't count those out, but with the extra pack, the pack that was in this little thingy, I think was actually a bonus. Because I don't know that they're 25 there, but like I'm still like they're still rare to like
For a
foil.
lot of foils, I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah. There'd be 25 foil and 25 rare cards. And some of the foils may be uncommon, but those are rare. I didn't see an uncommon in that foil pile. Count those. There's 20 of those that are foil, plus whatever you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
$24 rare, not including what you got. Common, uncommon. Uncommon. All right, I'm going to pass you the foil rares if you want to install those.
To get it to scan as foil, do I have to edit the list entry options?
No, you should be able to just scan it and it should say you may have to change it to foil after the fact.
Okay.
Foils are harder to scan because of the light, because of the light on the card and the reflection. There you go. 21st. Wow. Back in Ryan Uncommon 11th edition. That's good. You put the, you know where to go.
No.
Where it says rare. Oh, no. My mistake. Did not click the X. Click the X. Go to normal. Click the normal button. My mistake. $1. Wow. $0.22. Yeah, a lot of these are really playable.
I have to enter manually.
Fine. Play. Where's the title? Coming. Actually, I'm up. This one is pack damage. But that's like when they sealed the pack. That's kind of bizarre. That's a alliances card. Should we got opening the 10th edition? Seventh edition. It's Age Mountain Goat. That's cool. You got it? Need help?
No.
Oh. Look at this uncommon file.
That's pretty impressive.
I mean, that's 80 cards. And as you can see, the uncommons are mixed in with the commons. This was just like, oh, we pulled two of these and two of these and two of these and threw them together. One of the like mana chains. I have a bunch of those guys. 65. Coming. Don't. Got those scanned. So we are looking at $15.32 so far with the rare and mythic. 35 cards total that you scanned. And then here are some more rare. $0.94. Insidious Will. Abandoned Sarcophagus, 10 cents. County's Chosen, 42 cents. 20-cent Wildfire Eternal Hourly Station. $0.56. What's up with that? 13 cents. Okay, now 15 cents. 11 cents. 45-cent Eagle Return from Alban. Call of the Herd, 14-cent rare from about 62 cents. Most of the time when I get a repack booster box, they don't have league chance on the station, 22 cents. 32 cents. Did you on with bacon? Chocolate. 18 cents. Our notification. And the car. 24 cents. All right, so right now we have scanned just the rare cards. The foil, the rare. We'll alternate 40%. Hazard's Undying Fury, 10 cents our fixation. A top. Mega top. There it is. 1 cent. All right, so you have a total of 60 cards over there. How many of those are not rare?
The only ones that are not rare and mythic that I've seen so far are the ones you sent me, the damaged ones,
damage.
and then the ivory cup that was pristine.
Okay,
That was
so three cards. Would you say there's 25 foil there? You put the foil in a separate pile,
Yeah.
all of them?
20 here, and then 3 more that were separate.
Okay, so 23 foil. Now, they say or promo.
A lot of these were promos.
So there may actually be a few that are considered promo that are not technically foil. A few of those are promo.
Quite a few of them are like that. That's a promotional card.
Yeah, but I mean, it's foil or promo.
Well, they're foil promotions.
Right. But I'm saying it's missing 2 foil?
Yeah. Yeah, 2.
Okay. So it's a little bit light on the foil. And I would say heavy on the rare.
But if they're counting the mythic in with that, then it's 25 exactly.
Okay. Yeah, and they may very well be. One of the other things is I got 2 foreign cards. You scan that in if you like. They're common. Okay, I got one that is autographed. And some people say that the signature on the card devalues the card, but I would say that a signature on the card, in my opinion, doubles the value of the card. So if it's a 13-cent card, it's got a signature on it, it's probably worth 26 cents. That's my opinion. Other people may tell you different. Signature on a card raises it by $1, $2, $3, or whatever. Some people will say it makes the card worthless. But it depends on who you're talking to and who wants it and whether the signature is legit and you can prove it and whose signature it is. The guy, Matt, I don't know. I'm not familiar with him. But, you know, you get a card that's autographed and actually, you know, you got a photo with him and Christopher Rush and you got, like, the card. Like, the value of that card probably triple. All right, so these are cards that I can't verify. Oh, wow. I want to show you this one. This is damaged.
Yeah.
Show that under the camera real quick. That is extremely damaged, I would say.
Yeah, it looks almost like it had tape on it that they took off.
But Mana Change is a good card. Go ahead and scan it. Its value to this. Meaning no value. 19 cents. Okay.
It wasn't high value to begin with.
Wasn't really high value. It's playable.
Mm-hmm.
So most of these, that's something. These cards here are from Conspiracy, and I want to point out there's 5 Conspiracy cards. I only got 5 cards. These cards are not really playable. You can't really play them in anything as far as like tournament type stuff. You can play them casually or you can play them with friends as far as Conspiracy cards. But I only got like 5 cards that are not playable. Those are Conspiracy. You can go understand those. With the exception of maybe there's some commons or some other stuff in there that may not be. There may be some cards in here that might be banned. There may be some cards in here that might be older that have a racial connotation or some kind of connotation where the card is not allowed to be used anymore. I didn't really notice any or see any in here. I'm not going to mention those cards by name. You can look them up. But there are some cards that were printed way back in the day that are not appropriate. Wizard of the Coast has made great strides to limit and get rid of those. Haste. Conspiracy, take the crown. So even those have a little bit of a value, 5 cents, 7 cents. Even though they're not playable, they still have a little bit of value. Most commons have about 5 cent value. Seven cents. So these cards, I think, with the exception of maybe Rescue, but I'll have you double check. These cards were pre-color picked. So those are older. I think most of those, with the exception of maybe one or two of them that I accidentally mixed in there, were Ice Age, common. That is an uncommon Ice Age. Keep the uncommon separate if you want. And we got a few of the goats. I don't think we got anything that was actually 4 up. There may be 1 or 2 cards, even of the common, that are like 4 of. But I would say the number of duplicates is extremely low. I got repack booster boxes from eBay where the number of duplicates is outrageous, and even like troll and toad boxes with the number of duplicates. And that's a long time ago. It may have changed as of recently. And I'm talking, like 7th edition, 5th edition type stuff way back when that I ordered from troll and toad. Had like an outrageous amount of duplication. Common. Most of them are common, but I think some of them are. And Torment, I think. And I think early Destiny. Because I think they started with color around 7. It's duplicate. It's already.
Oh, I see.
It was one that was above.
It drives me nuts when it does that.
Yeah, it does.
There we go.
It will fall. Slam it down like you're playing Magic, like you're angry. Stand a little better.
Yeah, but I'm no good at that.
And that one we want it.
Yeah.
We'll really teach in number 4. The 4th goes. 46 cents Exodus common. A 46-cent common. Now, again, I'm going to mention, I bought this myself. Star City Games didn't send it to me. They didn't bribe me. They didn't offer me any money. They didn't swap any of the cards in here. The box was sealed before I got it. I didn't swap any of the cards in the box. We are scanning all of these cards live. This is a pure, unadulterated, honest opinion of what is in this box. If it was horrific, I would be brutally honest and say this is the most horrific thing that I've ever opened. But to be brutally honest, this is a good value. This is an amazing value, in my opinion. We're already at $26.79. We haven't even scanned this huge pile of uncommons here. We haven't even scanned them. And then we have this huge pile of commons here. 2 piles. $30. Near about. We're close to $30. Getting closer. Ever closer. Homeland's rare on Habana Constable. Put that in there.
I didn't see that. Neat.
I like the on Habana Constable. And then we have this huge pile of uncommons. Ah, 50 uncommons. I gave Brecky 50. There's 100 in this pile, and there's 44 in this pile. Plus, there were a few that were pre-7th edition that were also uncommon. So I'd say close to about 200 uncommon. Actually, really good. That's a really high amount of uncommons. Maybe like one or two less than give or take. Maybe. And we are already at $31.50 for $20. So to answer the other question, if you bought it from Star City Games and you paid the $15 shipping for the $20 for the box, $15 shipping, $35, $36, is it worth the $36? We're already at $32. If you buy it from Amazon, you're actually saving yourself about $15. Well, about $12. If you buy it from Star City Games directly, depending on where you're at, you may pay more shipping, or you can pick it up from the store directly and save yourself shipping. But I would say any which way you bought it, even if you bought it from Star City Games to pay the shipping for it, or you bought it from Amazon, it's worth the value. Play value? Yeah. Duplication? There's not a lot of duplication. Me thumbing through the cards, I would say maybe 3 of the same card. I've seen a few that are maybe 3. There might be a set of 4 of the. As far as uncommons, and Brecky probably notices with the scanning, if it like does the number bump but doesn't like put the card at the bottom, like you're seeing it on screen live.
And some it may be duplicating without me noticing, unfortunately. So it may not be entirely accurate, right, but it's close. It could be
$1 off for the price. But if it bumps the price and it doesn't show the card at the bottom as she's scanning them, that's to indicate that it's duplicate. Most of these are popping up on the bottom with the exception of a few. There's not a huge amount of duplication. If you order a box and you get 10 duplicates and you thumb through them, like you're going to notice you got 10, 12, 20 per dates, whatever you get, you're going to notice it. And as far as the variety of set, I'm going to set these right here. These are the other uncommons. As far as variety of set, we got 10th edition. We got a bunch of stuff. Ixalan. We got M13. We got M15. There's a newer one. This is just to give you the idea of the variety of sets. These are all different. Those 3 are different. Werewolf. So there are a few industry. I'm really pleased with that. Again, I will say it. I'm a winner. And the Theros, I got Theros beyond that. Three little fishes. These are more uncommon. The commons we're not going to scan. Let's see. There may be some in here I'll probably scan one day to figure out. But I mean, two beasts. Okay. Yeah, but none of those are duplicate. Except for two beasts in the file in my hand. And I could spend hours sorting these. I'm not gonna do that. I'm kind of sort of doing it now, but I just want to show you the variety. This, well, I think I have a pile of those. Oh yeah, this one. This one. This one. And then, come here. Weren't you thinking to yourself we needed more Industron werewolves?
Yes.
I mean, there's a bunch of Industron. I haven't really thought about Industron that much until just recently.
Same.
From playtesting. I don't think I have any. I'm running out of time. You go on into it. And I mean, to have newer sets, and 8th edition, and Dominaria, and Scourge, and M15 and 13, and M10, and War of the Spark. I mean, this is kind of insane, the variety. Origins. Kaladesh. Innistrad. 7th edition. I don't even have runes. It's crazy. But that's a huge variety of sets. That's a really big variety. 15. Fishing.
I have noticed we have quite a few thrumming birds.
Like more than 4?
I think so at this point, yeah.
I mean, that's a huge variety. And these piles are very good. Yeah, I would definitely say, and we're at $41. Like, she's still scanning on comments, $41. And it could be $1 off.
But no more than that.
But no more than that. Because she could have scanned some parts accidentally twice.
It's another thrumming bird.
But we're already at double, near about double what we think. And play value, like the play value there. With the exception of if you're a brand new player and you buy this, it does not include lane. I'll say it again. It did not include lane. But as far as an intermediate player, somebody who already has lane, somebody who has already bought a bundle and got the land, or a deck building toolkit, which has the land in it, to buy this as a supplement to that. It's a huge amount of cards, 1,000 cards to add to your collection that will give you that play value. But you could build decks for those with this. Like, you could build decks of any color. Now, it won't be standard. I mean, there's some standard stuff here. Don't get me. There's just standard stuff here. But if you want to go to a tournament level and play standard decks, probably not. Casual players just getting into the game, yes, for sure. Commander, yes, more than likely you can build a decent commander deck with this. I don't know how many of those were like legendary. Did you see how many were legendary just off the top of your head?
You mean mythic?
No, like legendary creature. Like
Oh no,
commander.
I did not see.
Yeah, but I'm sure even if you had to buy like Commander Legend pack, plus that, like you have enough cards here, you can build a deck easily. Now, if you bought the same amount of cards, just as an example, let's say we were to buy 2020, it would be equivalent to, for the same price, because they're about $3-4 a piece depending on where you buy them. It'd be the same as 6 packs of cards. Because you pay about $9, $10, give or take. We'll say 7. Just to add it to make it, for what I paid for Amazon, 7 packs of cards. You get 15 in here. Okay? Let's even say it was 10. Let's say if it were the equivalent price of 10 cards, which is to say you bought a bundle or you paid for it from Star City Games, right? 10 packs at like $3, $3.99 per pack, give or take. Pay $40. Just to say. 15 cards per pack with land, with 1 land in each pack, for the $40. You may get higher values from the packs as far as what you open. You may open one and be like, oh, look, I got, a $20 card. Maybe. Odds are 1 in like 150. 1 in 150 that you get like a really high value card. Let's just say. But as far as play value, there's enough here to build 3-4 decks. This, I could build probably 20 to 30. Easily. A variety of stuff. Or more with this. I could give a bunch of people. I could have 10 of my friends sit down and we could like all, if we had enough money, play Magic with this. Commander decks are 100 cards, so out of the cards you can make 10. Give or take. Not to say that you utilize every card in here. There's a lot of good stuff. And most of this is really playable. As far as a deck building toolkit, you're going to pay about the same price for a deck building toolkit. And like this included in the gate, open the gate there. There's a couple Pygmy Pyrosaur, saw 2. You got a Mardu Scout, hold the card. Goblin Arsonist, Doomblade, Beast Hunt, 2 of those. Duress, that's a very playable card. That's even in standard now. It's an M11 version of it. Skeletal Grimace, I love this card. This is gorgeous. Show the art on this. This is one of my favorite cards, just for the art. Skeletal Grimace. You don't have to scan it. I love that card. And then, Duress is standard. You don't have to scan it. Duress, that's a standard card. That's actually the M11 version. And Negate is also in standard. They reprinted it. That's an M11 version. That's an old card. You got a few cards that are standard, like this one is Assorted. You got all of these that are common. those are from Theros Beyond Death. Those are Theros, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Lock the door. Got M11 Mighty Leap. That's very cool. I mean, there's an extremely lot of variety. There's a bunch of Innistrad. Like, there's a bunch of Innistrad in here also, above and beyond, like, this pile. Just kind of flash those. You don't have to show it. Just kind of. There's a bunch of Innistrad. Like, all of those are fun cards. So, I mean, overall value, most definitely. Most definitely. I would buy this beyond a shadow of a doubt in the new player. As an intermediate player with a minimal collection, wanting to get into older sets, most beginner players, depending on where you're at, if you're playing casual Magic, this is a great deal for casual. If you're not playing tournament. If you're wanting to play modern, if you're wanting to play historic, if you're wanting to play pioneer, if you have a very minimal collection and you're wanting to add to that collection, I would say yes, this is a good deal for those type of players. If you come in as a standard player, which is these sets here, with the exception of the War of the Sparkline, these are historic. Those are historic. 20, those are historic. These are standard. If you're coming in as a standard player, you're wanting to play at a tournament level, you're going to spend a couple $100 because you're going to have to buy lots of each of these, maybe more, depending on what type of decks you want. If you're doing it from Arena, it's cheaper. You can almost do it for free, depending on, or can do it for free, depending on if you're playing from Arena. If you're getting into Historic, you'll have to buy these sets. If you're getting into Magic for the casual play, for the fun with multiple friends, definitely buy this stuff. No doubt. We're at $52, $53 in the books. $23 in the 24 in tax. Appreciate it. Amazon Prime. And we are already doubled up with the commons, with the commons not scanned, uncommons, rares, couple common that we scanned with damage. Don't really count those. Subtract $1. You're still well above what you would pay for this product. I can't say that enough. So, to answer the question, should people buy it or not? Yes. I would buy it. If you're a new player, I would buy it. If you're an intermediate player, I would buy it. If you're wanting to get old sets of cards that would be very difficult for you to buy, because you'd have to pay $5, $6, $7, $8, $25 for packs of alliances to get alliance cards, you probably won't get a Force of Will. You'll probably end up with a 5 cent, 10 cent, 35 cent rare. Probably 9 out of 10 times, maybe more. You may end up with a few dollar rare for alliances for paying $25 a pack for a pack of alliances. I got a few alliance cards uncommon that I couldn't get otherwise. Yes. Is it good value for a new player? Most definitely. If I were going to say, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 stars, should I buy the pack or not? I'd probably say yeah, 5. But overall, we'll go through everything. Is it a good value for a new player? Yes. I would say 5 out of 5 stars. 10 out of 10 if you're doing it on 10 stars. Does it have good play value? Yes. I'd say 5 out of 5 stars, 10 out of 10. Does it match the product listed? I would say yes, it does. Because it's freaking determined. It does have the promo card. It does have the rare card. It does have the... We scanned 60 cards. It's supposed to have 50. We scanned 60 cards minus 2 or 3 that were common or damaged that I had scanned in addition to the rare card. Which just... It was like 23, 24 foil. It's a couple short on the foil, but the promo cards make up for it. It's listed as promo, so on and so forth. It's supposed to be 50 and 50. You got 60 to minus on 3 of them. Total cards. Does it match product? Amount of duplication, very minimal. I don't think I have. There may possibly be 4 commons of a particular card, but I don't think that I have more than 4. I'll go through all of these and sort them, and I will update you on Twitch, YouTube, to let you know, hey, yeah, the commons, I got more than 4 duplication or whatever. But just thumbing through these, duplication was minimal. You know, I've ordered a product before where I've got 18 to 20 of one card in a pile with all the same color, all together. Here, I can't even notice it. If it's even there, more than 4, I didn't even notice it. Thumbing through those cards. Duplication, bare minimum. So I'd say yes, 5 out of 5 stars for very little duplication. Quality of cards. We got, what, 2, 3 damaged out of 1,000 cards? Like, you know, one of those I would consider lightly played. 2, maybe 3 considered damaged, 4 total, maybe, out of 1,000 cards. And there's more than 1,000 here. Like, I can look at this and tell you, based on these piles, if I counted every single card out, there's more than 1,000. Quantity of cards, I didn't count every single one, but I would say, yeah, it's at least 1,000. Variety of card sets is crazy. All of these are different sets, and there's more here that are different sets. There are a bunch of Innistrad, there are a bunch of, like, you know, M19, M13, Ixalan, Rival to Ixalan.
But it really does go from quite old to very new.
It goes from very, very old, I mean, all the way to like Ice Age and Alliance. All the way to new Theros Beyond Death, probably is the newest one that I saw. It's got Dominaria, it's got a bunch of variety. The variety is insane for the amount that you get. So I'd say 5 out of 5 stars. 10 out of 10 if you're doing it on a 10-point system. Total value versus paid price. If there's a such thing as like a 7 out of 5 for 5, or 12 or 15 out of 10, we're at 57.81.
And that's without scanning.
That's not even scanning the common. There could be some commons in here that are 20 cent, 30 cent, 40 cent common. They may be all 5 cents each, 3 cents each. But even if you say, okay, there's, you know, however many commons at a penny a piece, it's still a lot. The value's there. We're near about $60 without even scanning all of these commons. It's great. All right, so I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way because we are done doing the review on the Star City Games 1,000 Assorted Magic the Gathering card gold collection. And I would say buy this product. If you are a new player, if you're an intermediate player, if you are looking for older cards, commons, stuff to build a deck with, if you're building commander decks, if you want a variety of decks where you want to make a pioneer deck, you want to make a modern deck, you want to build older casual decks, commander stuff. Commander player, yes. New player, yes. Casual player, yes. Modern, yes. Pioneer, yes. Legacy Vintage, you'll have to spend more legacy. Standard tournament level, you'll probably have to spend more to buy some more. but this will get you started. This will get you stuff to trade. If you need trade. I usually trade extra, depending on what it is. So, one of the other things I want to talk about here, if you sub or give sub in my channel or Twitch, you get to pick one of these packs for me to open. If you can guess the rare mythic in the pack, I'll send you that rare mythic. I will probably be doing a little bit different promotion for March. You'll see. I still have to get some Chaldean, so everything that is in physical packs, but everything that is in Magic the Gathering Arena, with the exception of Chaldean, because I don't have a box. This pack here is a replacement card. If you if you have cards that are damaged, you can contact Wizards of the Coast. You tell them, hey, I opened a pack. There's a card that was damaged in it. It's typically newer sets. It's typically standard stuff or the last 3-4 sets of standard stuff. And then, like, you know, different things. Let me actually see what for product replacement, and I can tell you. But you can Google it as well. So, list of supported Magic the Gathering cards. Chaldean, Commander Legend, Commander Collection Green, Zendikar Rising Double Master Jumpstart Signature Spellbook Chanter, Secret Lair, Godzilla Lands Prime Slime, Every Dog Had a Day, Happy Yardle Day, Showcase Zendikar Revised, Secret Lair, The Walking Dead, Extra Life 2020, Summer, Super Drop, Full Sleeve Tattoo Pack, Can You Feel the Heart of Steel, Path Not Traveled, Mountain Go, Ornithological Studies, yeah, A Box of Rocks, Artist Series, Happy Little Gathering, Party Hard, Shed Harder, or We Hope We Like the Squirrels, which is Secret Version 20. So those are the replacement products. If you have any of those products that are dead, you can contact Wizards of the Coast. You can mail your product back in. If you have like a whole booster box, you can send the whole booster box back. They'll replace a whole booster box. Now, it did take a little bit of time. I would say I notified them about this in, what, January?
Yeah.
And it just came in, and it was toward the end of January. So it took, because of COVID, and it's typically quicker, but because of COVID and everything that's going on, and then not having the staffing, it took maybe about a month to get my replacement. That's about how long. So I'm going to open this and show you what you get in a product. You get a bubble mailer. You get a piece of paper. So they sent me a sleeve. And it has a hard sleeve. It has a, I guess, the number for my replacement number, probably. Delicately. They sent me a Magic the Gathering sleeve. And inside the sleeve is the Zendikar Land. And it's upside down. That was damaged. Go ahead and show that in there. So that's the card that was damaged. I got that in a pack. It's a full art land. It is worth 40 cents. not really anything that I would normally complain about, but it was slightly damaged, bent. It was poorly cut a little bit across the card. No big deal. But I wanted it replaced because I do collect the full page land. Frecky especially loves playing with full page land. Her favorite is actually the unglued,
Unstable.
Unstable. And then when you get a product replacement, they send you a little letter with it. Sometimes, depending on how much you have damaged, I've had them when I had quite a few cards that were damaged. They sent me like an extra pack of cards or like a deck or something. Don't always expect that they'll give you anything extra, but if they do, be happy that they do, because it is a nice extra gift. They do try to take care of you if you have any products that are damaged, and this is near mint condition compared to the other one that I had that was cut poorly inside. And it does happen. Sometimes it's through the printer. Sometimes it's because of the way they package it. It'll be crimped or whatever. Some people actually buy damaged cards that are crimped, that are like extremely old. So if it's something that you can't do for product replacement, you may want to check the value of it, because sometimes misprints do have higher value, depending on what they are. It says, greetings, thank you for your patience in the process. Enclosed, you will find replacement for your defective product. We apologize for the inconvenience this issue may have caused you. If you have any questions, please call or email us at your earliest convenience. Sincerely, the Wizards of the Coast Product Replacement. And it has a post office top. So that's what they sent. And then, of course, I get a free single deck protector. That is gallery. And I get a clear that they sent to protect it. Piece of tape. And then my actual card, which was a full page island, comes in the card. So anytime you have something like that that is damaged, you can go to their product replacement page. You can go to the little thing. You can fill out the information on it. You can send the product back to them and they will replace it. And depending on how much product it is, they will send you, for like a whole booster box, if you have it, they will send you a return label, but they want you to mail it back. If it's a single card, sometimes they don't even ask for you to send the card back. They just ask for further limit. Sometimes they will ask you to send the card back if it is a, like, I don't know, Jace or something, just for the simple fact that it is a Jace or something. But it depends on what the card is and how big it is, and how busy they are, and whether they want that. And it's completely at their discretion how they handle their product replacement for their product. But it is something that you need to know. They do back up and warranty their products. Wizards of the Coast is great about that. So don't be afraid to ask for a replacement if you do get a damaged product, but if you accidentally do that. Again, we were reviewing this product here. Star City Games, 1,000 count gold. And it is definitely worth the value. And I will be leaving an Amazon review saying what an excellent product it was, and probably some details about what we had in the box a little bit later. Maybe even a link to this video so they can see exactly what we did here. And I will be sorting cards for days. So I did that to myself. I'll be sorting and sorting. I have a bunch of cards to sort. I have packs that I've opened on stream for people that subscribe, that I have to sort them along. So. And Frankie will probably kill me for all the sorting. More than likely. So, thank you so much for watching. We are going to be hopping off stream now. We will probably watch a movie and eat dinner, and I will see you probably tomorrow sometime. If not for my dailies, maybe something else. So, thank you so much for watching. See you on the flip side.